morning, Artesia Pioneers. I'm your host, Eric Renteria.
And I'm your host, Hilario Toscano, and welcome back to ETV.
It's a new semester, which means it's a brand new season of ATV, and we're back better than ever.
Before we start the year, my co-host, Eric Renteria, is going to give us a quick recap of 2020.
Oh boy, what a year 2020 was. So 2020 started off with quite a literal bang. Australia had experienced one of its most devastating wildfires in its history, and all the way across the globe, Iran's military general was killed by a United States airstrike. Shortly after this, Prince Harry and Meghan Markle had left the royal family, which came as a complete surprise, but was nowhere near as surprising as seeing President Donald Trump be impeached for abuse of power. Almost a week later, we sadly had to witness the death of global icon and basketball legend Kobe Bryant and his daughter Gianna Bryant with several others when they crashed in a terrible helicopter accident. However, this was only the beginning of the downfall of 2020. By the end of January, WHO had declared coronavirus as a public health emergency, and then the outbreak began. February kicked off with the Chiefs beating the Niners in the Super Bowl, Parasite winning Best Picture, and Harvey Weinstein finally going to jail. Although this was a quick month, by the end of February, coronavirus had already claimed its first victim. The March started off with Tom Hanks testing positive for COVID, LAUSD shutting down, the NBA shutting down, and by the end of it, Trump declared coronavirus as a national emergency. Stocks immediately crashed, stay-at-home issues are ordered nationwide, no one can find toilet paper for some reason, and the whole country is just completely lost. Over 1 million Californians had filed for unemployment, and soon after, stimulus checks were sent. But in the midst of this coronavirus madness, murder hornets. Yes, murder hornets are a real thing. In the middle of the year, however, BLM began protests for racial justice. The summer kicked off in July with the MLB starting a season despite only playing 60 games, the NBA back but in a bubble at Disney World, and amidst all this, there's still an election happening. California Senator Kamala Harris had announced as vice president candidate Joe Biden, making her the first female vice president candidate on the ballot. But meanwhile, California is in literal flames due to a gender reveal party. Yes, that is also a real sentence. Shortly after this, Supreme Court Judge Ruth Bader Ginsburg had sadly passed away, and after this, the election begun. President Trump and Joe Biden had went at it in what was one of the most controversial debates in presidential history. But back to Los Angeles, the Lakers won the championship and the Dodgers won the World Series, so things look good for LA sports. Voting had began in what was one of the most craziest weeks of our lives. But by the end of it, Joe Biden was officially announced as President of the United States. However, right when it seems things are over, 2020 had claimed 2 new victims. Longtime Jeopardy host Alex Trebek and famed underground rapper MF Doom had sadly passed away by the end of 2020. However, although there was a lot of bad news in 2020, it didn't end off on a completely bad foot. By the end of the year, the FDA had approved COVID vaccines, which hopefully gives us a brighter look into the year 2021. Right? But that's for another day. Till then, it's back to you, pioneers.
Well, 2020 is definitely a difficult year, especially when school is shutting down.
You know, I thought I would never say it, but I actually kind of miss being in school.
Well, Lucia and Angie decided to take a blast of the past and ask students what they miss about school.
Hey Pioneers, the semester has now come to an end and we can't help but think how much we miss going to school. What do you miss about going to school, Melanie?
Wow, there's so much to miss. Well, for one, I miss seeing my friends, teachers, and actually being in school.
Me too. I also miss the lunch and being able to socialize with everybody.
Definitely the lunch. Don't even get me started. Well, now let's listen to some of our peers of what they miss about school.
Something that I miss about school is hanging out with friends and also having time to just walk past the student union to get something like a little refresher or a snack.
A few things that I miss about school is spending time with my friends in person, going to the rallies, and just overall being at school.
One thing I miss about school is just the feeling of school, going to classes and seeing your friends every day.
The one thing that I miss from school is Renaissance, because I miss planning events and hanging out with the students.
I know times can be hard right now, but it's important to stay positive and support each other through these times.
If you guys miss anything about school, feel free to email us at atvpioneers@gmail.com.
Have an amazing day, and now back to you guys.
15 people received invitations to a grand masquerade party. It was to take place at Brownwood Manor, and an abandoned mansion that was a popular site for hosting gatherings and parties. The abandoned mansion is supposedly haunted. It is beautiful inside, yet those who visit often claim there's a strange presence there. Oh Lord. Each of the invitations were addressed to 15 people. They did not say who was hosting the party, only a date, time, and instructions telling each guest to wear a masquerade mask. The guests were socializing, trying to figure out who had invited them to this party when they were interrupted by the sound of glass shattering. Joseph Kennedy, a billionaire socialite who had been one of the guests at the party, discovered that his most prized watch was missing. It was an extremely valuable family heirloom, and no one was in attendance besides the other guests. You do the math, calculate. Now you must figure out who had stolen from him before he gets back.
Be sure to tune in, Pioneers, and support the Drama Club.
However, we would like to take a moment to congratulate Omar Orozco for getting a full ride scholarship to MIT.
Ubaldo Ortiz conducted an interview with Omar to highlight his great accomplishment.
Hello everyone, my name is Ubaldo Ortiz. I will be conducting an interview with Omar Orozco. He got a scholarship and a full ride to MIT. How are you, Omar?
Hi, I'm doing very good. How are you?
I'm doing pretty good. Okay, let's start with the question. When did you apply to MIT?
So I applied early action, and so the deadline was November 1st. And I actually ended up submitting my fully finished application November 1st. So I was actually 1 in 10 students in the entire world to find out that I was admitted to MIT.
How do you feel about that?
I mean, it's just insane. I mean, the acceptance rate for just getting the national college match is pretty insane, and to do so at a school like MIT, I think their admission rate for early action applicants this year was right around 4.8%. I know they were the most competitive this year for early action, beating out all the Ivies. So I mean, I'm honored, and I'm grateful to have this opportunity to go to such a prestigious school. So,
what are you looking forward to in MIT?
definitely the community. You think that you get into like an Ivy League or like a top ranking school like MIT, and you would expect it to be very cutthroat, but from what I've heard, it's not, and I'm looking forward to that. Like very active community where you help build each other up. I've actually got in contact with 6 of the 10 who were matched, and we've been in contact with even more early applicants who were admitted through QuestBridge regular decision, and we're all just very nice, and it's a really great community, and that's what I'm looking forward to the most at MIT.
What are you going to major in MIT?
So MIT doesn't actually restrict you to any majors when you apply. They do ask you for your areas of interest, which I'm very thankful for because I'm actually in between kind of a few things right now. So definitely going to be something in the computer sciences. And I mean, what better school to study computer science than at MIT?
Thank you, Omar, for your time here.
All right, thank you.
Good morning, this is ASB Morning announcement, and my name is Howard Chen. First of all, TutorZone is providing free tutoring on Mondays, Tuesdays, and Thursdays from 7 to 8 p.m. for students who have been enrolled in Learning Assistance Program or other interventions this school year. Please participate in Run a World. If you participate in Run a World, you'll get a chance to win free AirPods. And this is how you participate. You can either send in your pictures, videos, or tag us on Instagram at AHS Activities, or send it through private messages of you running and say why you run. You can also send it through this email right here. February is Black History Month. In this month, we're looking out for videos and informations put out by BSU Council members. Board will post a true or false games on AHS Activities on Instagram at Friday, February 5th and 26th. As a reminder, if you need textbooks or a school Chromebook, you may go to the front office after school or during your unscheduled period. And if you are absent from virtual classes, you have 3 days to have a parent or guardian call to attendance office. And this is their number, Or you can also reach out for the attendance security, Miss Doreen, by emailing to this address. And my name's Hari Chen. Thank you for listening.
Y'all ever heard of a new year, new me? Welcome to 2021, folks, and so far it's 2020 bingo. Yeah. I'm gonna be honest, I don't understand people who go by that. I mean, props to those who actually stick to their goals, whether that be like working out or trying out new hobbies, or even just establishing a simple routine. I mean, do you guys still think you'll change when the year 2021 is the same exact thing as the year 2020? Not even the years want to change with you guys. Work on your goals, everyone. Don't be like everyone else, failing by the end of January.
Man, I sure do miss going to football games.
Well, you're just in luck. Super Bowl Sunday is this weekend, and Andy and Devin has got you guys covered.
Yo, what's up, our teacher pioneers? And I have a question. Do you guys have anything to do this Sunday? Well, I have an idea. Let's check this out. Yes, it's the Super Bowl, and it's the Chiefs versus the Buccaneers. Tell me, who do you guys have? Let's go.
Well, that's all for today, folks. I'm your host, Ilari Siscano.
And I'm your host, Eric Renteria. And we'll see you next time.